Inside 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, mark. And it looks like the first boat away, well, it might be any one of the three. They're all kind of pointed out and I think up and rolling here very quickly. I'm keeping an eye on Brandon Kennedy. He is away from the dock, so is J. Michael Kelly. Jimmy Shane still hanging at the dock. Let's keep an eye on Brandon, make sure he can pop that boat up.
He's got some clean water. This should make it a little easier for him to get it up there and get ahead of the fleet, hopefully.
And there he made his little swerve that he's now become quite accustomed to. He's got that figured out.
He's getting better and better.
He is indeed. So he had the issue with it yesterday, but he's got it figured out now. A couple of drivers got a hold of him and said, tell you what you do with that thing.
I see J. Michael doing his usual cut through the GP turn number 1. Gonna try to keep the unlimited turn number 1 nice and clean as possible.
Yeah, as clean as he can, that's for sure. So up the backstretch, J. Michael Kelly, he's the one that's way up there. There you go, going underneath the Madison Bridge toward the top end. Following him up the backstretch will be the Miss Madison, the U6. You can see him down there just now going underneath the bridge.
And again, you know, they've been making changes to that boat, Brad, trying to get it a little more drivable for Mike. Let's see here. He's on a hot run down the front straightaway. He wants to see what it's going to do and if those changes have helped at all, but he's rolling right now.
Yeah, he sure is. He's coming real hard down the front straightaway.
Watch out for these wakes, Mike. He's a seasoned vet, but he's going to have some rough water here.
And he pulled his foot. Now watch him. He's going to make a hard left-hand turn. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. He's going to stay out of that lower corner. I don't think he'll go down there until the start. He's in that lane 1. He doesn't want it any rougher than it has to be.
Brandon Kennedy just taking a nice leisurely cruise down the front straightaway here across the start-finish line. That beautiful Royer U6 Goodman presents.
2 minutes and 50 seconds to the start, across start-finish line. Jimmy Shane, U27 of Miss Apollo. See if he wants to cut the course. He did before, and there he goes. I didn't think he was going to. I thought he was going to go down there. This is almost a carbon copy of the last time we were out. The same thing happened. Jimmy cut the course just like that, and Brandon Kennedy was right there as he came out. Brandon is in an outside lane. Jimmy turned to an inside lane, so no issue there.
I'm sure Jimmy's mindset here is, hey, I have a great weekend going. I'm going to keep that turn as calm as possible also.
Absolutely.
He wants Mike to get through there. He wants everyone to get through there. He just wants to get through clean and finish out front.
Yeah, and as you and I talked earlier, Jimmy Shane certainly does not want Mike to go in there and hit a hole or hit some rollers and bounce out and run the risk of bouncing into him.
Exactly.
There's a self-preservation factor here. Clearly, Jimmy doesn't want to do that. So we got 2 boats up at the top end. That's what you're looking at there on the monitor. The Miss Madison on the outside. You got the Miss Apollo and Jimmy Shane on the inside. Those 2 boats, and then on the left side of the screen, cutting the race course now is, now you got to be careful here, Mike. His lane should be there, so we should be okay. But
should be. That's the key word. Should be. He's got to watch out for those other guys, and spotters do a good job. But
and everything was fine there. But
definitely want to be careful.
Yeah, so I like where they're sitting right now at $1.20.
Yeah, not bad at all. They want to be, like I said, for apex to exit, somewhere right around the 1 minute. You know, Brandon wants to be up there a little sooner. He's got a longer way to go around. So
he does. And I'd like to see Brandon just, and here goes Mike again. He cut the race course again.
What's going to happen if Brandon just shows these seasoned vets how to make a start on the outside? Just laces it and leads them into turn number 1.
Well, that's what I'd like to see. I would like to see Brandon nail a start. It's his first time on the front row. Realistically, I don't know that he's going to drive around a Jimmy Shane, but make a good start. Show that I know what I'm doing out here. You put me on the front row, I can do my job. So coming up on 30 seconds underneath the Madison Milton Bridge at the top end of the course. It's Kelly in 1, Shane in 2, Kennedy on the outside. They are at the entrance pin to turn 2 right now at the 23-second mark. I like the timing. Brandon's going to swing out a wide up at the top end, then he will bring it back in. All three of our boats are there. Brandon's going to want to put his foot in it, and I think they're going to be behind the line again. I think they're all late.
I agree.
We will find out here in a moment, but we are inside 5 seconds. We are 2, 1, mark. Ragged start for sure, but Jimmy Shane breaks the clock on the outside of J. Michael Kelly, and he's going to get down to the turn first. Kelly's on the inside with lane position, but it is Shane on the outside with about 3 or 4 boat lengths on Kelly. Now it's all about acceleration coming off the corner. Look at Jimmy Shane come off the corner looking solid, but I'll tell you what, J. Michael Kelly's not going away, Dustin.
No, that U-27, I mean, it's Captain America, but he's Captain Acceleration right now as he pulls J. Michael Kelly down the back straightaway, but Mike's not going to let him go. He's hanging in there, and that boat ride looks better.
Well, it looks a whole lot better compared to what we saw yesterday in the first set of heat. So up at the top end, we'll see. Oh, and Mike hung right with him up there. I thought maybe he'd given a little bit of ground, but they're going to come off close together again. It's still going to be Jimmy Shane by a couple of boat lengths. Jimmy flies the boat as he starts to accelerate down the front straightaway. Mike's trying to hang with him on the inside. It's a tall order, Dustin, but you know Mike, he'll stay after it.
It is. Jimmy right now has control of the race course. He's going to stay out there where he needs to be, stay clean of Mike. And the other big thing right here is Brandon is staying with him. You know, he's only a few rooster tails back. Jimmy leads him into turn number 1.
Yeah, Mike is hanging with him here. This is a good run by the U00, the Maverick. Ooh, and he got into some slop there in that inside lane. That cost Mike.
Yeah, Jimmy kept him real honest. He didn't leave him much room there. He controls the race course. He said, Mike, you want the inside lane? You're going to stay there. Mike did a good job, though. He did scrub some speed holding his lane.
So now it's a full rooster tail lead for Jimmy Shane up the backstretch on J. Michael Kelly due to some very good driving. Third place and running very strong up the backstretch is the Royer, Miss Madison, the U6. And now we got a full rooster tail lead for Jimmy Shane. And he says, Mike, to your point, Dustin Eccles, you want that inside lane there? I'll make sure you get to keep it.
Absolutely, yeah. He's not going to overspool the engine. He's going to make sure he's legal, but he's staying far enough ahead to stay away from J. Michael. J. Michael doing a good job, though. The boat ride looks great. I think this is going to be a good run for him. They're going to be happy going into the final. But all these guys, they've got to get better at their starts. So I'm a little surprised at what we just saw.
I'm real surprised as well. So now it's Jimmy Shane by a full rooster tail on J. Michael Kelly. And unless there is a problem there, and Mike tightened it up a little bit. He got a little bit better. I'm still liking what I'm seeing out of Brandon Kennedy and the Royer Miss Madison. The boat's running very well. They got a good boat ride on that U6, but the race is out front. Jimmy Shane on lap number 3. He's got more than a rooster tail now. He is in total control.
Yeah, that Miss Apollo, just a beautiful boat ride. Jimmy doing a great job keeping it under control. A nice, safe lead right now, and he's definitely listening to his radio personnel saying, hey, here's where Mike is. Make sure you stay ahead, but don't push the equipment too hard.
Yep. Off the top end of the race course, come down to put 3 in the books, pick up a white flag that will indicate 1 lap to go. Jimmy Shane driving the 27, the Miss Apollo. Boat was brand new a couple of years ago, but they're just now starting to realize the full potential of this boat, and it's a quick one. Kelly is still not going away.
No, I think J. Michael gained on him a little bit here as they enter this tight turn number 1. And let's see if he can hang it on the buoys. He does. Look at that turn. J. Michael is gaining like a madman. They're almost dead even at the exit.
Now he's got to get off of this with some acceleration, and he does. He's going to hang a little bit with Jimmy. If he's got any top end that can close, this could be good at the other end. J. Michael Kelly in the Maverick is trying to run down Jimmy Shane. It is lap number 4 of 4. This is it. The checkered flag is waiting on the finish line. Top end of the course, Shane on the outside, Kelly on the inside. He closed up on this end of the race course last time down. See what Shane does to him here, gives him enough room. Acceleration is going to do it. I think Kelly's going to run out of real estate, but it was a valiant effort by the young man in the U00, but it's going to go to Jimmy Shane as he's going to come across in the U27 of Miss Apollo, but he knew Mike was there the whole time.
Mike was breathing down his back the entire race. That was a great run for the U00, but Jimmy Shane got out front, kept a nice clean race and saved the equipment. He's got to be happy.
Let's not forget about the Miss Madison and Brandon Kennedy. He will come down and pick up a checkered flag.
What a great run. You know, this team, they've done so much work. The boat ride is getting better. And look at Brandon. You know, he's getting comfortable in this thing, and he's doing a fantastic job. The city's got to be proud of him.
Yeah, and he's running back there in third place water. So you're going, yeah, he doesn't have a boat ride that looks as good as those other guys. Yeah, well, he's got two boats out in front of him, which the others don't. But he made a clean start, and he made a good accounting of himself. And I'm sure Jonathan Abbott, our chief referee, was watching that very closely. And because he's going to start making decisions about when he can let him go in and fight for lanes. So our unofficial results are Jimmy Shane and the U-27 of Miss Apollo. They earn first place and 400 points. Again, unofficial. We haven't yet heard if it's clear on the water. We're not aware of any incidences, but we will wait until the officials tell us that. Second place to J. Michael Kelly in the Maverick, the U-00. He would get 300 points if it stood. And Brandon Kennedy picks up 225 points in the U6, the Royer, Miss Madison.
J. Michael Kelly did not give this one to you the entire race. He was on your tail. What did it take down the stretch to pull this one out?
Yeah, you know, I had a really good start that heat, so I wanted to try to see how my timing marks were, hopefully getting better and better, and they were. So I felt really comfortable coming down for the start, had a little advantage the first lap. And then, you know, I kind of settled in a little bit, and then my radio guy got on me and said, Mike's still running really hard. I looked in my mirror, and sure enough, there's a big orange boat there. So, yeah, I had to step on the pedal, and was just able to keep Mike just far enough behind me to still take the win in that heat.
What does it say that you're able to clear the start at such a high clip with the new assigned lane format?
Yeah, that's kind of part of the reason why we're doing this format too, is because we want to see good, fast starts. We don't want boats coming up at 80 miles an hour all the way to the start-finish line. So I think we're still getting it as drivers too. We're still figuring out our timing marks. They've been completely different than the last 20 years of starting procedures that we've done. So we've all had these old timing marks and old starting procedures, and this is the first time we're actually able to run around the course faster than what we would in the past. So it's throwing us a little bit for a loop, but the ones that figure it out first today, they're going to be the ones right there in the first turn first for the Gold Cup.
What can you build off of going into the next heat?
Well, I think, our equipment's in good shape. We have to take a look. It was rough out there, that heat, so look everything over on the boat. Just continue to build more confidence, time in the boat, and make sure our equipment is holding up good. That's just going to give me more confidence in the final heat as a driver to push it to the limit for the Gold Cup.
Congrats. Thank you.
Appreciate it.